happening?
It's happening.
What kind of a library has cops?
Hey, this is your fault, Charlie. I was perfectly content to spend the whole night with my homework and some scented candles.
As I recall, it was your idea to get drunk and scramble the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh boy. When people go to the 300s expecting to find social sciences, but then they find general knowledge, the looks on their faces.
If you ladies would come with me, please. I have just a few questions to ask you. Yeah. All right. This is a group study room, so this investigation better be 2 hours or shorter. I hope I make myself clear.
I'm sorry, investigation? Are you supposed to be a detective?
They call me Mr. Tips. No, I'm sorry. It's Officer Tips. They call me Officer Tips, and that's exactly how you will be addressing me. See this here? It's a bona fide GLPD badge, Miss Charlotte Winifred Rhodes.
I'm sorry. Officer Tips.
Yes, that's what I said, Officer Tips. It's short for Frosted Tips, alright?
Wait. So you're telling me that you were all somewhere in the library? It's a Saturday, guys.
Listen, all I remember is playing King's Cup with Blake for 2 hours. I can't count how many times we
Started here in '89. Most of us have passed that we're not proud of. You included, I'd say, Miss Rhodes. Wouldn't you agree?
I know my rights. You have to charge us with something to hold us here.
Well, Nancy Drew, if you really must know, you and your friends are under investigation for the defacement of an original John Steinbeck manuscript held here in this library's manuscript collection.
What exactly happened?
Somebody pee-peed on the grapes of wrath. You might say they had their own form of wrath, Mr. Steinbeck. If you get my drift, Missy.
Ew.
Well, I got a text from Blake saying that she and Ash were going to write riddles on the study cupboards. Awesome work, by the way. It's going to be a long time before anyone figures out what makes that so Raven like a writing desk. But it was convenient because I was already on my way here.
For what?
I just like kicking lonely math majors out of group study rooms. You know, you walk in, listen, man, I'm sorry, a couple friends of mine are coming. I hope that's not a big deal. They look at their parabolas and they're like, that's fine. It's cool.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
We'll finish this later. You look functionally alright. Let's go. Oh God, that sounded like a cum. A lot of people in that room. Your friends. They seem innocent enough. But you I'm not so sure about. What's your story?
I came from a poor family in Redwood City, and I guess I just got lost in the shuffle. My father was a hardworking CEO of a local startup app called Hardtable that connected furniture owners with underfunded diners on the go. My mother, Nair, was but a lowly magazine model, always away in Monaco for shoots. They didn't have time for me. I used to work in the Staples, real close to home, just right around the bend. Some of my best friends were from that place. People who knew what it was like to grow up in the boondocks, near the abandoned Denny's that we called our playground. People who'd felt what I'd felt.
It's very
When
touching.
my parents not around, my compatriots and I would lounge around the parlor all day and eat fine cheeses. And one day I had an accident. My friend Phi Rolarm brought in a tough Pecorino Romano. I tried to grate it on my lap. You really think a man with this and a mangled penis could deface a national treasure? Think again, Frosted Tips. Think again.
As Steinbeck himself once said, men do change. Change comes like a little wind that ruffles the curtains at dawn.
To be alive at all is to have scars.
Godspeed, my son. Godspeed.
Where'd that hobo go? He wasn't a hobo. Wasn't he one of your friends, Jefferson?
Why would he be one of my friends?
You always bring around weirdos. I didn't mind when you brought that old lady, but like this is too far.
That was my mom.
So who was that guy?
I think his name was Arthur something.
You didn't get his last name?
It's hard to do with this thing on my head.
Let me see it.
Guys, we need to figure out what's going on here.
Come on, he's a library cop, for God's sakes. We're gonna be stamped and on our way in no time. Besides, it's not like any of us have criminal records. There's nothing that can be held over us. I mean, sure, Ash had that thing up in Cincinnati with the exit people.
Hey!
But mix-ups happen.
It's just...
What, worried the sole blemish of detained for 2 hours in a library is gonna ruin your perfectly prim image? Your parents gonna scoop the trust fund out from under you?
Honestly, who pisses on books?
Oh, come on, I'm an Okie. I would never touch a Steinbeck.
But you piss on one.
Not Steinbeck. If it was something like Letters from Abigail Adams, then maybe that's a different story.
Okay, somebody has issues with women.
Hold on. That's not true. It's just all that remember the ladies crap. I mean, really, Abby? Come on, there's a war going on. And besides, let's focus on the real new information here. Apparently our Charlotte was a bit of a hellraiser.
Jefferson, enough.
No, not enough. Tell them what you did, Charlotte.
Well, you must know, back in middle school,
She pissed on her library's copy of The Separate Piece.
Oh, that book sucked!
Agreed, but still, I think it's about time you came clean.
Fine, you want me to confess? Alright, I did it. I peed on the grapes of wrath.
Charlotte, I don't...
Save it. I'm not upset. You are just doing what I would have done, making sure that justice was served.
But, are you sure you want to go through with this? I mean, hell, okay, I'll just say that I did it. I can take...
Mother's maiden initial.
What's the punishment, by the way?
Date for tomorrow. Punishment? What? Oh, no, you misunderstand. There's no punishment. I actually don't even have legal authority to be holding you here. It
You gotta be
constitutes
kidding
something
me.
like-
Ash, it's fine. I peed all over that cover of Paw Jode, and it's time to face the music.
Well, if it was an original manuscript, it wouldn't have had the...
Salinger!
Hemingway! Are we playing a game? Is that the game? What's the game?
That guy, that Arthur Salinger guy was in here earlier.
What? Him? No. Oh, no. He couldn't possibly have done it. I mean, his manhood, everything that makes it what he is. It's just what I assume it's disfigured or somehow dysfunctional. It couldn't have been salvaged. Salvage.
My mother, Nair. Hard table.
Your friends, they seem innocent enough. But you I'm not so sure about. What's your story?
You really think a man with this and a mangled penis could deface a national treasure? Think again, Frosted Tips. Pecorino Romano. Thigh Rolarm. To be alive at all is to have scars.
Godspeed, my son. Godspeed.
Hey, Ash, Frosted Tips here. Sorry again about the whole locking you guys up on a trumped up charges thing and all wrongly convicting the French Charlotte, despite having no legal authority to do so